last name. And so I said,
Good evening. Welcome to Life's Ups and Downs, an evening of one-act plays presented by Theatre Eclectic. My name is Phil Levy, and I'm the instructor for the acting class at Adult Ed, and I'm the production supervisor for the show. And Theatre Eclectic is the producing arm of the acting class at City College. Now, these plays, almost all of them were written by students, directed by students, and they've done everything from the programs to producing these individual one-acts, dramaturgy, everything. Now, one note about these shows, a few of them have curse words, but we're adults, I think we'll be okay with that. And also, some of them would be considered maybe controversial, but that's what theater does. It shows us the world as is and asks us to think about how we can make it better. So I figure that's our job, to tackle tough questions and let you guys participate in that as you leave and talk about it with your friends. So there's a few housekeeping items I'll go over. One, if you have a cell phone, this is a good time to shut it off. We have a couple of people standing in tonight, helping out. Lynn Harrell and Sarah Van Lant. You'll see a few people with scripts in hand. One of the great things about this group, we've never had to cancel a show. Somebody gets sick, somebody steps in, they'll say, I'll go on. Sometimes they learn the role, sometimes it's so quick they just have to go on book in hand. But it's kind of a nice community of actors where people help each other out. The running time for the show is about 2.5 hours. It's a little long by today's standards. Not Hamlet, that's 4 hours, so we're not going that long because they will kick us out. But we want to make sure that everybody, all the creative artists, have a chance to show their work. So we really appreciate everybody being here for the whole show rather than just staying for a friend. That way we really should be supporting each other's work. I think the program may say it's a 15 intermission, it's just a 10-minute intermission, so we can chop a little bit of time off the running time. Photos are okay, flash photography is not, and video, I'd ask you not to do that. We have one here for educational purposes. There'll be a link that your friend or family member can supply you with after the run of the show. And let's see, one other thing is, you know, the students were asked to kind of write a little tagline or summary for each show just to lead it off, to give you guys something to think about. So our first show, and there are 10, there'll be 6 before intermission and then 4 afterwards. The second part of the show, or Act 2, runs a little bit less in terms of running length. The first show is The Vase, and that's by Lisa Marciano. And the tagline is, a Texan family tours a castle, breaks a vase, and encounters a king. Enjoy.
Do we have to visit another castle? They're all the same. Dungeons, death, destruction.
It's a castle. Can you go to a castle in America? It's history, for frick's sake.
Could we please just get off this tour and go somewhere else? And what did you just say?
Nice parenting.
It's a castle. It's amazing. Besides, all kids are supposed to like castles.
Well, she's not exactly a kid anymore. I mean, does this face look happy to you?
We're in Europe.
You don't have to remind me.
Hey, hang on before you say anything you might regret.
Imagine King What's-His-Name sitting here with his beautiful queen. The table is all covered in delicacies and wine, and they gossip about the party attendees. Mary's lost her figure, and Lord John's lost his jousting match.
Who cares?
Who cares? You are standing in the same spot as a king. A king? We don't have kings.
If he were so great, he'd still be living here and tourists wouldn't be walking around his home.
That's not true. Kings don't need as much space as they get older, so they move to smaller castles, I think.
Okay, that's enough, tour guide. Say, why did our tour guide stay on the bus anyway?
He was acting kind of strange, weren't he?
Yeah, he was, now that I think of it. Come on, we're leaving.
You see this crest?
No.
Do you know what a crest is?
I said we're leaving.
Can I say I know what a crest is, even though I don't?
It's a symbol of a family line. They'd wear it in battle, on their flags, the horses' saddle, everywhere, so their opponents knew who they were fighting.
Like a gang sign.
Oh my God.
What did you just do? Give me that vase. Is it broken? Go out to the bus and tell the tour guide what happened.
No, we can't tell him.
Well, it looks cracked. There's a piece missing.
I can fix it.
With what? Your chewing gum? Find that piece.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
What was what?
There it is again.
Maybe it was a ghost.
Oh, be quiet. You have done enough for one day.
Could be a ghost. Castles have ghosts.
It was just a shadow.
Would be kind of cool to see a ghost. I am the ghost of King. What's his name? Bow down to your king.
Stop it. That's not funny.
To the gallows with you.
Okay. Ghost of Christmas past. Find that piece now before we are hung from the rafters.
I don't know where it went.
Fine. What was that?
You didn't see anything.
I saw it too.
Well, I didn't see anything.
Come on. We're getting out of here.
No, we can't just leave. We are the only ones on this tour. They will know exactly who broke that vase. It must be worth a fortune.
I don't care if it's
Oh,
worth
well,
a
you
million.
should care. We spent a fortune on this trip.
Well, that was your idea.
Hello. There's a king. There's a king.
What? Where? Oh, he must be a part of the tour. Oh, see, I knew coming to this castle was a good idea.
Do not speak if not spoken to.
You can't talk to us like that.
I will speak as it pleases me.
Can we go now?
Oh, you may not leave. You have invaded my castle, and you've broken my priceless vase. It has been in my family for 1,000 years. You deserve to die and will be shot in the courtyard.
Oh, stop it. This is just for show. He does look like a king, though, right?
Looks like. Looks like. On your knees. All of you.
I hope you don't mind. I have tendinitis in my knee. Oh, tennis injury.
On your knees.
Do it.
Do it.
Kill him. He's got a sword that looks real.
Excuse me. Is there a bathroom in this castle? I really gotta go.
There are 59.
I just need one.
Quiet! I have caught you thieves. What a pity you have ruined my vase upon your exit.
Thieves? We're not thieves. These are my parents, and I go to school.
We're thieves. That's a good one. I'm starting to like this show.
It is a show, right?
I am king of this castle. Quiet!
Be quiet.
Shut up!
That ain't very king-like of you. You ain't no king.
Not a king? Not a king, say you?
No, we said you're a king.
Oh, powerful king.
It was you who did this. I eyed you from the window.
It was an accident. There's only just one piece missing. I'm sure you can glue it back together. I'm sorry. We're sorry.
I care not who is sorry. Before you all died, what is the name of your clan? What is your crest?
Doc, are you sure he's a king? Are you sure that we're not in the wrong castle? Is he a ghost?
I don't know, but I think he's just joking, right, honey?
My lord, I must inform you that I am quite convinced that you are not my king.
We are the Mighty Smith clan.
Oh, you're right, and we are the Mighty Smith clan, and we are actually from the great state of Texas.
Yeehaw.
I have heard of this Smith clan, but not of the great state of Texas. What is a great state of Texas?
Territory, land of.
You have to get us out of here.
How do you expect me to do that?
I don't know. I'm starting to get scared. Maybe we can just make a run for it.
Well, we don't know what we're dealing with. He could be a lunatic who snuck into the castle. I mean, he's got a sword and it looks real.
He must be insane, pointing a sword at our family. If he is a ghost, he is very convincing. If not, he must be a fake. But the vase, we have to find out if it's authentic. If it is, we are in serious trouble.
We're in serious trouble now.
I found it. The missing piece. It has something written on it.
What does it say? Hurry.
Come on, let's get out of here.
It says K-I-R-K. Is that a person?
I don't know.
Is that the king's name?
Silence! I'm mulling the consequences of your thieving and destructive ways.
Kurt, is there anything else?
It must be the name of the artisan who made it. It is real. He's gonna kill us.
Is there anything else written there?
Oh, it's kind of hard to read. There's Kirk, a space, and A-N-D.
Okay, maybe there were two people who made it. Kirk and...
Who cares? We have to escape. We have to go now.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to distract him, then you two can escape.
Wait, what are you doing? Stop!
How dare you approach your king?
My lord, I must tell you that I am quite convinced that you are not my king.
Bow.
Oh, whoever you are not a king at all.
Silence, I say!
Would you be quiet for once?
Really? You, sir, are an actor.
How do you know?
Because his priceless family heirloom vase is a fake just like his.
You will die for such lies.
The vase is a fake?
Kirk and...
Kirk and what?
That is a Kirk land vase.
Costco? You must be kidding me.
A castle with decorations by Costco.
Tourists are so reckless, we buy them in bulk.
The king is a fake. Hasta la vista, baby.
Costco.
I want our money back.
We have to get back to the bus. We have 2 more castles to see today.
No more castles.
No more castles.
A generation which ignores history has no future.
History is fake. I want to tour Costco, England.
Well, at least we get our money's worth there.
We are in Europe. We are going to Costco over my dead body.
That can be arranged.
Oh, you are a terrible actor. Come on.
Just another day at the office.
That was awesome. You nearly scared my parents half to death.
Why, yes, I did.
Best day ever. Bye.
It was my pleasure. Send in the next tour group. Oh, and I need another vase.
The next play is also by Lisa Marciano, A Change of Heart. An unexpected heart transplant recipient questions who he is. Now.
Well, you didn't wake up in a hospital with someone else's heart, did you?
No, but
Do you have any idea what I'm going through?
people get heart transplants all the time. It's just not that unusual anymore.
Not unusual.
1 minute, I'm in an ambulance, out of breath, turning blue, making my peace with God because I think I'm about to die. And the next thing I know, I wake up in a hospital and told I got someone else's heart in me.
And you survived. Your body isn't rejecting that heart, so you're being discharged. Time to get out of that bed and go live your life.
What does that even mean?
Life? It's the thing we do before we die.
I thought I had.
Oh, you're bad luck, I guess. You know, living.
This isn't living.
You look pretty alive to me. Now, get out of the
Hey!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Your body is not rejecting that heart. You are.
I never said that.
Look, a young woman got on a motorcycle thinking she's going from here to there, never thinking she's going to have an accident.
That's why they're called accidents.
Are you listening to me?
No.
I know it's hard to think about, but she must have been a hell of a good person to be a registered organ donor because here you are with her heart beating inside of you. Be a little grateful, would you?
I'm not ungrateful.
It's just that
Someone else's heart is in me. And it's a woman's heart. A woman's heart. I didn't even know they could do that.
the heart is not male or female. It's a muscle, and it's working.
I'll probably start having periods.
Oh, stop.
Am I being too emotional?
Sexist and ridiculous.
There must be thousands of people on a list who need a heart transplant. I wasn't on any list. Why would they give me a heart?
Because you needed it and it matched you. Time to move on. That's what your doctor said. So let's go.
Let go. Get it. I'm not me anymore.
You're better. You're healthy again.
But who am I now?
Oh, you're still Chris. Yes, and you know what? They said it was going to take a while for you to adjust to all of this.
Adjust? You adjust to a bad haircut with a time change involved. Actually, I still like both those things.
Oh, you will adjust.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're coming to life again, so to speak. So,
I can't.
oh, you know, you have never been a pessimist.
Maybe she was.
Who was?
My donor, my female donor. Maybe she was a pessimist. Haven't you heard of transplant recipients taking on the traits of their donors?
I don't believe in any of that. But you never know. Maybe, hopefully, you'll get her sense of humor. Woo, that would be so refreshing. Now, put on your clothes and stop feeling sorry for yourself. She's not here. You are. Get dressed.
That's it. You have a new heart. Go live.
You think I know how to handle this? When the hospital called me, I thought I was coming to say goodbye to you. This isn't all about you, you know.
Yes, it is all about me. I had a heart transplant. You didn't have to say goodbye. Nothing's changed for you, but everything has changed for me.
That's not true.
Everything.
Oh, stop
You
it.
stop.
You're still you.
My heart is in a trash can somewhere. Think about that. Really, think about that.
They didn't just throw it out.
You're missing the point.
Then tell me, what is the point?
I'm scared. God, I have to live the rest of my life without my own heart.
Well, I understand, and I'm scared for you, but this is your heart. You didn't ask for it, but it's yours.
I feel guilty.
Then take care of the gift she gave you.
The gift.
The gift of life. Live. She can't, but she wanted you to.
She didn't want me to.
You always said there's no coincidences.
She wanted me to have her heart.
Yes, she did, and so did I. That's why you're here.
What?
I was the one to sign the consent for your heart transplant surgery because I'm your only relative.
It's your fault.
It's my fault? It's my fault that you're living? Well, I guess so, and I am so sorry.
Why did you?
Because I love you. And I was hoping that with a new heart, maybe you would be just a little more tolerable. Yeah, well, you know what? You can thank me later.
I'm not going to spend the rest of my life thanking you, you know.
I know, you don't have to.
Well, I won't.
Well, you're still as stubborn as ever, so...
So what? You think your little pep talk has changed anything? Well, do you?
I am sorry. What? So you're not going to leave the hospital?
No, not an idiot. Just trying to get used to all this.
Honestly, I can't imagine what this has been like for you.
Finally. Thank you.
Are you sure you're ready to go? If you need more time, take it.
Oh, sure, now you back off. I'm not ready for this, but I've been given a gift. Guess there's no time like the present.
See, she did have a sense of humor. Come on, you think it might be too early for a margarita?
Definitely.
Oh. We could go to lunch. Ooh, how about some nice sauteed calf's hearts?
What?
Too soon?
Why?
Come on then, I'll race you to the elevator. Go!
Thank you.
The next play is called The Clod, and that's from 1918, and it's by Lewis Beach. And Lewis Beach was from the famous George Pierce Baker playwriting workshop at Harvard that also spawned Eugene O'Neill and brought him to the attention of the theater establishment. Beach went on to have at least 3 more plays, full-length plays that went to Broadway. And this is what the actors said about this one, and it's a staged reading, by the way. The less thought about victims of war. An exhausted farm woman is driven to her emotional edge by invading Civil War soldiers.
The scene is the kitchen of a farmhouse on the borderline between the southern and northern states. The walls are roughly plastered. A double-barreled shotgun is suspended on 2 pegs on one of the walls. If the back door were opened, we would have a glimpse in the moonlight of a desolate farmyard. The time is 10 o'clock in the evening, September 1863. Thaddeus Trask is thick-set and slow in speech and movement, yet in perfect health. He sits lazily smoking his pipe. Mary Trask, a tired, emaciated woman, whose years equal her husband's, has entered from the yard, carrying a pail of water and a lantern. She puts the pail on the bench and hangs the lantern above it, then crosses to the stove.
Ain't got wood enough for breakfast, Dad.
I'm too tired to go out now. Wait till morning. Did I tell ye old man Reed saw 3 Southern troopers pass by his house this morning?
I wish them soldiers would get out of the neighborhood. Whenever I see 'em passing, I have to steady myself against something or I'd fall. I could hardly breathe yesterday when them Southerners came after fodder. I'd die if they spoke to me.
You needn't be afraid of Northern soldiers.
I hate 'em all, Union or Southern. I can't make head or tail what all this fighting's about. And I don't care who wins, so long as they get through and them soldiers stop stealing our corn and potatoes.
Oh, ye can't hardly blame them if they're hungry, can ye?
It ain't fair that they should steal from us poor folk. We have hard enough times to make things meet now. I ain't sat down once today except for meals. And when I think of all the work I gotta do tomorrow, I ought to been in bed hours ago.
Oh, I'd help you if I could, but it ain't my fault if the Lord see to it to lay me up so I'm always ailing. You better try and take things easy tomorrow.
It's well enough to say, but them apples gotta be picked and the rest of the taters sorted. If I could sleep at night, it'd be all right, but with them soldiers about, I can't.
Thaddeus rises and fondly handles his double-barreled shotgun on the wall.
Jolly wish I'd see a flock of birds.
I'd rather do without than hear you fire. I wish you didn't keep it loaded.
You know I ain't got time to stop and load it when I see them birds. They don't wait for ye. Hey, them pigs has got to be butchered.
Well, wait till I get a chance to go to Sister's. I can't stand it to hear them squeal.
Well, you better go soon because they's as fat as they'll ever be. And there ain't no use in wasting feed on them. Ain't ye most ready for bed?
Go on up.
Thaddeus takes the candle in one hand, boots in the other, and moves toward the stairs.
And Thad, try not to snore tonight.
Well, hit me if I do.
He disappears from view. Mary fills the kettle with water and puts it on the stove. She closes the door back and takes the lantern from the wall. She tries twice before she succeeds in blowing it out. She puts the lantern on the table before the cubbyhole. She drags herself up the stairs, pausing a moment on the top step for breath before she disappears from sight. There is a silence. Then the door back is opened a trifle and a man's hand is seen. Cautiously, the door is opened wide and a young northern soldier is silhouetted on the threshold. He wears a dirty uniform and has a bloody bandage tied about his head. He is wounded, sick, and exhausted. He stands at the door a moment, listening intently, then hastily crosses to the center table, looking for food. He bumps against the chair and mutters an oath. Finding nothing on the table, he moves toward the cupboard. Suddenly, the galloping of horses is heard in the distance. The northerner starts, then rushes to the window nearer the audience. For a moment, the sound ceases, then it begins again, growing gradually louder and louder. The northerner hurries through the door left. Horses and voices are heard in the yard, and almost immediately, heavy thundering knocks sound on the door back. Racket is heard above stairs. The knockers on the door grow impatient and push the door open. A powerful Southern sergeant and a trooper of the same army enter. At the same time, Thaddeus appears on the stairs carrying a candle.
Sorry, my friend, but you're so darn slow to open the door. We gotta walk in. Has there been no other soldier here today?
I ain't seen no one.
You've been here all day.
Haven't stirred from the place.
Call the rest of your family down.
My wife's all there is. Say, Mary, Mary, come down right off.
You better not lie to me or it'll go tough on you.
I swear, I ain't seen no one. Say, Mary, you was home.
You keep still, man. I'll question her myself. You've been here all day. You didn't go down the store now, did you? Haven't you got a tongue?
Yeah.
And use it! The soldier that was here earlier, he was pretty badly wounded, wasn't he?
No one's been here.
He had a cut on his forehead. He was wounded pretty badly. And you felt sorry for him. You gave him back to eat, didn't you?
No one's been here at the house today.
We're not going to hurt him, woman. He's a friend of ours. We're trying to find him, put him in the hospital. So we did.
He's sick and needs to go to bed for a while.
He ain't here.
What do you want to lie for?
I ain't lying. I ain't seen no soldier.
No one could have come without her seeing him.
I suppose you will happen by finding your hiding man.
Mary stands rooted to the spot where she stopped when she came downstairs.
There ain't no one here. We've both been here all day, and there couldn't no one come without our knowing it.
We'll search the place.
What would they want round here anyways?
You ain't got no right.
What's that, woman?
There ain't no one here. And you're keeping us from our sleep.
Your sleep? This affair is a matter of life and death. Give me a lantern.
Thaddeus moves to the table, which stands in front of the cubbyhole, and lights the lantern from the candle, which he holds in his hand. He hands the lantern to the sergeant. The sergeant sees the door to the cubbyhole.
How? Trying to hide the door from me, are you? Or put the table in front of it. Get that table out of the way. Let's see what's behind the door.
It's a cubbyhole, and it ain't been opened.
I said open it.
Thaddeus opens the door to the cubbyhole. The sergeant takes a long-barreled revolver from his belt and peers into the cubbyhole. He sees nothing.
We're going to tear this place to pieces till we find them. We might as well turn it over now.
There ain't no one here.
All right, we'll see. Dick, go stand guard by the door.
Yes,
Dick
Sergeant.
goes to the door back and stands gazing out into the night.
You come with me. We'll check the upstairs. You sit in that chair. Don't you stir, or I'll set fire to your house. You hear me?
Thaddeus and the sergeant go upstairs.
Go on ahead.
Mary sinks almost lifelessly into the chair. She is the picture of fear. Suddenly, she leans forward. The door left is being opened. She opens her eyes wide and draws her breath sharply. She opens her mouth as though she would scream, but makes no sound. The northerner comes slowly and cautiously through the door. Dick cannot see him because of the jog in the wall. Mary only stares in bewilderment at the northerner as the man, with eyes fixed appealingly on her, opens the door to the cubbyhole and crawls inside.
Woman,
Yes?
have you got an apple handy? I'm starved.
Mary moves to the cupboard to get the apple for Dick. The sergeant and Thaddeus come downstairs. The sergeant, seeing that Mary is not where he left her,
Hey,
looks about quickly and discovers her at the cupboard.
what I tell you, if you move from that chair.
Oh, I didn't. He wanted an apple. And
It's all right, Sergeant. I asked her to get me an apple.
Here, take this lantern and search the barn.
Dick goes out back.
You come in here with me.
The sergeant and Thaddeus move toward the inside door. As though in a stupor, Mary starts to follow.
Sit down.
Mary falls into the chair. The sergeant and Thaddeus go into the room. They can be heard moving furniture about. The sergeant and Thaddeus return.
I found him here. All the trouble you've given me, you know what happened? He 2 dead men and a woman instead of just a Yankee.
Sergeant!
What is it, Private? Oh. Now, my good people, how did that horse get here?
What horse?
There's a horse in the barn with a saddle on his back, and he been ridden lately.
There is?
You know it. Come on, woman, how did he get here?
I don't know. I didn't hear nothing.
Let me go and see.
No, you don't. You two have done just enough to justify the harsh measures. Show me his hiding place.
If there's anybody here, he's come in the night without our knowing it. I tell ye, I didn't see anybody, and she didn't see anybody.
Where is he?
There ain't nobody here.
Did you search all the buildings?
Yes, sir. Nary a trace of him except in his horse.
He didn't have much of a start on us. He was wounded pretty badly. The farmers down the road heard hoofbeats. The man on the other side didn't hear nothing. But the horse was in your barn. I got ways of making people confess.
He slowly draws the revolver and points it at Fatty.
Oh, for God's sake, don't! I know that horse looks bad, but as I live, I didn't hear a sound or seen anybody. I would give the man up in a minute if he was here.
Oh, I guess you would. You wouldn't want me to turn your wife over to army. They shoot you down like dogs. She knows where he is.
I'm sure I wish I did. And I tell you quick and get you out of here. Tain't no fun for me to have you prowling all over my house. You got no right to torment me like this. Lord knows I'll get my day's work done if I can't have my sleep.
Good God, what a clod. Nothing but your own petty existence. I'm going to ask you to get something to eat. We're famished.
Mary turns to the stove. She lights the fire and puts more coffee in the pot.
Come on, Dick. We better give our board some water. The man ain't here. If he was here, he couldn't get away with us watching the yard. Give us a pail. Give the horse some water.
The sergeant sees the pails on the bench. He picks one of them up and moves toward the door.
That ain't the horse's pail.
Come on, you can help.
That's a drinking water pail.
That's all right.
The sergeant, Dick, and Thaddeus go out back. Mary needs more wood for the fire, so she follows them in a moment. When she has disappeared, the northerner drags himself from the cubbyhole. He looks as though he would fall with exhaustion. Mary returns with an armful of wood.
Ye get back. Then soldiers will see ya.
Some water. Quick. It's so hot in there.
Mary gives him water from the dipper.
Don't you faint here. If them soldiers catch ya, they'll kill me and Pat. Hustle and get back in the cubbyhole. Oh!
Be still, or they'll hear you. How are we going to get me out of this?
Ye get out. Why did you come here, bringing me all this extra work and maybe death?
I couldn't go any farther. My horses and I, we're both near dropping. Won't you help me out?
No, I won't. I don't know who ye are or nothing about you except that the men want to catch you. Did you steal something from them?
Don't you understand? These men belong to the Confederacy, and I'm a Northerner. They've been chasing me all day. They're after this paper. If they get their hands on it, it will mean the greatest disaster the Union Army has ever known.
Was it ye rode by yesterday?
Don't you see what you can do for me? Get me out of here, and you'll have done more than any soldier could for their country. For your country.
I ain't got no country. Me and Thad's only got this farm. Thad's ailing and I do most of the work and...
The lines of 30,000 men hang by a thread. You must save them, and you must help me.
I don't know nothing about you and I don't know what you're talking about.
Only help me get away.
No one ever helped me or Thad. I lift no finger in this business. Why you come here in the first place is beyond me. Sneaking around our house, spoiling our well-earned sleep. If them soldiers catch us, they'll kill me and Thad. Maybe you didn't know that.
What's your life compared to 30,000? I haven't any money or I give it to you.
I don't want your money.
What do you want?
I want you to get away. I don't care what happens to you. Just get out of here.
I can't. The Southerners They'd shoot me like a dog. Besides, I gotta have my horse.
What kind of looking horse is it?
Oh, God. Only have turned to the other farm. I'd have found people with red blood.
He pulls out his gun and hopelessly opens the empty chamber.
What you gonna do with that gun?
Don't be afraid, it's not loaded.
I'd call him in if I was.
Go call him in! Save your footproof skin if you can. Call him in! You see, you can't save your visible skin. Because if they get me and don't shoot you, then I will. You see, you're gonna help me, whether you want to or not.
I ain't done nothing. I don't see why you and them others come here and threaten to shoot me. I don't want nothing. I don't want to do nothing. I just want you all to get out of here and leave me and Thad to go to sleep. Oh, I don't know what to do. You got me in a corner where I can't move.
She passes her hand back along the table. She touches the dipper accidentally and it falls to the floor.
Oh!
Now you've done it. I'll be here in a minute. You can't give me up. They'll shoot you if you do. Don't shoot!
He hurries up the stairs and disappears from sight. The Sergeant, Dick, and Thaddeus come running in.
What you yell for? Answer!
I dropped the dipper off the table. It scared me.
You better not drop our food. Put on the table, we're ready now.
It ain't finished.
You had time to cook a dozen meals. You're as slow as a snail. What were you doing all the time around the barn?
I didn't do nothing.
You lazy female. Now get a move on. Fix something to eat. And you better not give us any leftovers or you'll suck for it. Don't you know anything, you brainless barbara? Hurry, I said.
Mary turns to the stove. Thaddeus sits.
What a night. My stomach's as hollow as these people's heads.
He takes the towel which hangs above the bench and wipes the barrel of his gun with it.
That's one of my best tells.
Can't help it.
Check the breakfast. You can only do one thing at a time. I don't see how he gets to slip.
He knew we were after him, and he drove his horse in here and went on afoot. Clever scheme, I must admit.
Have you traveled far tonight, misters?
Far enough,
20 miles or so?
perhaps.
How long you been chasing the critter?
Shut up! Don't you know we don't want to talk to you? Take hold, woman, hurry! My patience at hand!
Mary puts a loaf of bread, some fried eggs, and a coffee pot on the table.
There. I hope you're satisfied.
This all we get? It ain't good to do go to be stingy.
It's all I got.
It ain't a mouthful for a chickadee. Now give us some butter.
There ain't none.
No butter on the farm? The way you lied!
I...
Shut up!
Have you got any cider?
Don't ask. They probably got a little stupid on it. I've never struck such a place like this before in my life. Give me another fork. I can't eat with that bad thing.
Mary stoops with difficulty and picks up the fork. She gets another from the cupboard and gives it to the sergeant.
Now give us some salt. Don't you know folks like to eat all the eggs?
Mary crosses to the cupboard, but she mistakes the pepper for the salt and puts it on the table.
I said salt, woman! S-A-L-T! Salt! Salt!
Mary goes to the cupboard, returns to the table with the salt. Almost ready to drop, she drags herself to the window near her back and leans against it, watching the Southerners like a hunted animal. Thaddeus sits nodding in the corner. The sergeant and Dick go on devouring the food. The sergeant pours the coffee, puts his cup to his lips, takes one swallow, and then jumping to his feet and upsetting his chair as he does so, he hurls his cups to the floor.
Have you tried it poisonous? You goddamn hag!
Call my coffee poison, will ya? Call me a hag? I'll learn ya. I'm a woman, and you're driving me crazy! I ain't a hag. I'm a woman. You're killing me!
The northerner stands on the stairs. Mary continues to pull the trigger of the empty gun. The northerner is motionless for a moment. Then he goes to Thaddeus and shakes him.
Get my horse, quick!
Thaddeus obeys.
I'm ashamed of what I said. The whole country will hear of this. And you.
I'll have to drink out the tin cup now.
The hoofbeats of the northerner's horse are heard.
This next play is called Beach, and I wrote this one. The students wrote the tag, the future, children discover friendship on a beach during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And some of us were old enough to have lived through that. The Russians and the United States had a disagreement about missiles being placed in Cuba. And for the parents, it was a pretty tense time, and the children, we picked up on that. So here you have two 7-year-olds meeting at the beach with the Cuban Missile Crisis, the feeling underneath.
That's pretty. What is it? A castle?
It's a Jeep.
Really?
Really?
Oh. Well, why?
Because I like Jeeps. My daddy's in the Army. He's high up.
Really?
Yep. He's on bivouac this weekend. Don't. You'll wreck it.
I was going to give it a windshield.
That's the back.
Oh.
Don't help.
You said I could play.
Can. Over there.
You make a good Jeep. For a girl.
I'm not a girl. I'm a person. And someday, I'll be a general.
How do you know how to be a general?
Everybody knows that. You boss.
But how do you know? How do you know where to stick the pins in the map?
You stick them where they're supposed to go.
But how do you know?
Stop asking so many questions.
Can I have some of your sand?
Take that sand. And that, and that, and that.
Okay.
What are you making?
A swan.
It's nice. Why?
Because they're so pretty and they glide on the lake like a queen. On special days, my grandma takes me to Weeping Willow Lake. It's really a pond. And it's always nice there because the willows hang over the lake, so it's not real hot. And the sun's not too bright.
What about this sun?
You can swim here if it gets too hot.
I've got a grandma.
I don't get to see mine that often. Well, I do, but not every day. I wish I would see her every day. She makes me broccoli.
You like her for this?
I like broccoli. I love it.
My grandma makes raviolis. The best.
I like ravioli too. Chef Boyardee.
Gross.
What?
That's not the same thing. I'm talking about homemade. Mom's are almost as good. When Grandma dies, Mom's will be the best.
How can you talk about your grandma dying?
Why? Everybody does.
It scares me. We don't talk about it in our house. But I think about it a lot.
Really? I don't.
But you just said,
Well, I know I just said, I just don't think about it all the time.
do you come here every day?
Nope. First time.
Why?
It's a long way from California.
You live there?
Yes.
Have you ever been to Disneyland?
Yes. Of course.
So, why are you here?
Well, I told you. My father's on bivouac. Out here. Somewhere. It's a special mission. I can't talk about it.
Oh,
Well, you see, my mom wants me and her and my brother to be close by in case the Cuban Missile Crisis flares up again. We're leaving tomorrow. I don't want to talk about it.
well, I have to go.
Why?
Because I'll never see you again, and I like to play with you.
Wait, do you write?
Of course, I'm in the first grade.
Well, write me letters and I'll write you.
That's almost as good as seeing each other. And when I learn to drive, I'll drive to California and see you.
Yeah, and I mean, we could be dead tomorrow. Nuclear bomb.
Or get hit by a bus.
Stick around a bit.
The next play is Lesson Learned, and that's by Sarah Fenstermaker. And the tagline the students created for this one is, The future of learning invades a classroom, and almost everyone is changed.
Good afternoon, class. Hello. You'll recall that this is the week of the students' offerings from their short stories. And I know you heeded my warning last week that while you may make changes to your stories this week, you must be ready to read your opening paragraphs. No exceptions. And just so you take my warning seriously, you will receive a provisional grade based on the readings in class, and that grade can be raised or lowered depending on the final story that you submit. Everybody clear? Okay, great. And also, all the rules regarding plagiarism apply to everything you read in class and everything you submit to me. Okay, any questions? Lance?
Yeah, I want to make sure about what resources we can use. My story is historical, and so I've been having to consult some historical accounts to make the story feel authentic. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad you raised this issue again. You know, many writers delve very deeply into outside sources for their work. And typically, writers don't cite their sources. But for this assignment, I would like you to. Well, let me be clear. Your sources must be cited. Otherwise, I'll consider it plagiarism, and your grade will be lowered accordingly. Now, let's see. Tomorrow, Lee and Trevor are going to be reading. Yes? Will you read your opening paragraphs? Great. Okay, good. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing and hearing you tomorrow.
I'm glad it's not me.
That'll be next week.
Good luck to you.
Oh my God. Trev, are you going to be ready by tomorrow? I mean, I think I have like the beginning of a paragraph, but not much. What about you? I mean, I was going to write like the whole thing later this week, but now, this is so unfair.
Yeah, it's not fair. And I have to figure out something in a hurry. I think I know what I'm going to do, though, and you might want to, too. Yeah, so my roommate has this software that does the writing for you. What? No shit. Basically, you type in a short description of what you need, and it writes it.
Wait, I can't even picture that. What do you write?
Okay, so basically, let's say for this assignment, you would type something like, write a short opening paragraph for a short story. And in seconds, it writes it. I'm not kidding. I've seen it do its thing. But of course, one could ask for a whole short story.
Wow, that's unbelievable. But I don't think I have the nerve for that. Once you find out.
I don't think so. I mean, my roommate says the technology for this sort of writing, it's too new. Anyway, I don't have a choice. Call me later if you want to use it.
Okay, thanks, Trev. I'll call you later.
And I can't drink coffee after 3 o'clock, but if I could, I would.
You look as tired as I feel. A rough afternoon?
Yes, I suppose so. But you know, somehow I think it's going to be rougher tomorrow. Well, is it just me or is it the students?
It's both of you. You're getting older, and they're getting younger. The result is a losing battle.
Well, thank you, Louise. I'll ponder that wisdom this evening.
You're welcome. And I hope tomorrow is better.
I do too. Hope you have a good evening.
Good night.
I hope they don't bomb.
Can't wait to hear these paragraphs.
I'm sure to listen.
Well, good afternoon, class. I hope you're all as excited as I am to hear the opening paragraphs of your stories. Well, today and tomorrow we'll be reading the opening paragraphs, and then later in the week we'll read the concluding paragraphs. Okay, let's get started. Trevor and Lee, you're going to be reading, yes? All right, Trevor, why don't you start? Oh, and everybody else, listen carefully, because I'm going to want to hear your supportive critiques when they're finished. Okay, all right, Trevor, whenever you're ready.
Okay, well, here goes. The title of my story is Willowbrook's Enigmatic Obelisk. Here's how it begins. In the quaint town of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and a meandering river, a mysterious occurrence stirred both curiosity and fear among its inhabitants. One gloomy autumn morning, as the first rays of sunlight struggled to pierce through the thick blanket of fog, a peculiar stone obelisk appeared at the heart of the town's central square. Nobody could recall seeing it the night before, and yet there it stood, its surface adorned with strange and intricate symbols that seemed to shimmer and shift like liquid mercury in the pale light. Whispers spread like wildfire, and rumors of its origin and purpose filled the air, weaving tales of ancient curses and celestial beings. The townsfolk, torn between fascination and trepidation, gathered in small clusters around the enigmatic monument, their eyes transfixed on the enigmatic beauty.
Well, Trevor, thank you. Now, before I offer up any comments, I'd like to hear from the class. Well, affirmations? Anything you wish you'd done differently? Did the opening make you want to read further? What?
Well, yeah, I wonder what the obelisk was and where it came from, and I look forward to reading it.
Oh, that's it? Well, anybody else? Well, what about the way it was written? How did that make you feel? Tess?
Oh, I don't know. It just felt like he was trying to say too much or make us, tell us how to feel about it or something. I don't know.
Okay, Claire?
Well, I think I agree with Tess, but she told us so much, and with so much description that it was like really hard to believe. And I don't know if I'm saying what I mean to say, but you know what I mean?
I understand what you're both trying to say. How about this? This paragraph is horribly overwritten. Well, 3 words are used when 1 or 2 would do. For instance, we have rolling hills, a meandering river, and a thick blanket of fog. Well, it's a wonder we don't all roll down the hill into the river. Well, and that's even before we get to the obelisk. It's so enigmatic. You have to say it twice and put it in the title. And where whispers are like wildfire, and people gather, not large clusters, but small ones. Enough. Trevor, I don't think you have the capacity to write this badly. Might you have gotten this from another source? An AI program, perhaps? Huh. Okay, well, that's what I thought. Thank you for your honesty.
Although, with that paragraph, I don't think I'd have believed anything any differently. Well, obviously, Trevor, you got an F for this assignment. Well, I think you might have to win the Pulitzer Prize to bring your grade up to something passable. All right, I'm not entirely unreasonable. I'll accept an O. Henry Award. Well, let that be a lesson to everybody, please. And, okay, Lee, I hope your paragraph sounds as if you actually wrote it.
The title of my story is Ocean's Whispers. The ocean's rhythmic whispers echoed through the small coastal town of Seabreeze Cove, where the waves kissed the sandy, just shores. Stella stood at the edge of the weathered pier, her emerald, just eyes, fixed on the distant horizon, yearning. No, horizon. The salty breeze tousled her hair, as if urging her to set sail on the adventure of a lifetime. It was in Seabreeze Cove that tales of fabled, not fabled, just sea creatures and ancient shipwrecks were told by fishermen around bonfires, and the lure of mermaids danced in the night like elusive, just to dance in the night. Little did she know that her life was about to be forever changed as destiny, like a hidden current, destiny prepared to sweep her away on a tide of discovery.
Okay, thank you. Well, that seemed like a bit of a struggle. Again, there's a lot going on there. Comments, anyone? Andy, you seem to have something to say. Yeah. What did you think?
No offense, Trev, but I kind of like this one better. It was kind of hard to follow because she kept stopping, but it was like cleaner and lighter, and I could sort of see her standing on the beach wondering what was going to happen.
Well put, Andy. You know, this is the effect when something's not so burdened that it actually allows the story to take hold. Well, I wasn't thrilled with every word choice, but it was a good effort, Lee. And I don't think you'll have any trouble raising your grade once you submit the full story.
Wait a minute! Lee used the same AI program as I. She should get an F, just like mine.
Calm down, Trevor. I'll explain. You know, early on I realized that Lee used the AI program just as you did, and her grade will reflect that. But there's one big difference. You simply copied what was generated without any thinking at all. Lee at least had the good sense to strip away what I would imagine would have resulted in, like your piece did, death by adjective. Was it against the rules? Yes. But did she behave as a writer? Yes. So, I hope all of you, Lee and all of you, have learned that while there's much that your own intelligence, your own creativity is better than anything an AI program can produce. And while there's much that's artificial in AI, there's nothing that's intelligent. Just trust your own intelligence and you'll be fine.
Well, excuse me, but that's just not good enough. I mean, I get that you hate AI, but the least you could have done was talk to us about it before we got sucked into using it. And so what if we used it? So what? I mean, if I had time, I would have been able to make changes to it. But no, you just jump to conclusions about how we use AI without even giving us a chance.
you see, if AI is writing our fiction, then who are we? Where are we? AI is writing our lives.
Oh, now I get it. You're worried that AI, our fiction is going to be better with it, with AI, without it. Then what are we? Out of a job? Yeah, maybe that's just the way it must be, Professor.
Hey, come on, lads, back off and show a little respect.
Oh, shut up, Andy. You know you agree with us. You're just too chicken shit to say it.
Dr. Lester, I want to apologize. I hated doing this. I was just so nervous about meeting the deadline, and I just didn't know how bad it was going to be. I'm really sorry. It was so silly to exchange my voice for AI. I'm really sorry.
Oh, shut up, please. Oh my gosh, you're a freaking coward too.
The class is dismissed.
What's the matter, Julia? You look as if you've been hit by a truck.
Yes. What's the problem, my dear? Did the young beast get the better of you today?
Yes, I suppose they did. You know, for the first time I had to contend with students using AI to write their fiction. Their own fiction, and they turned to a machine. Well, I didn't know what to do in there today. Felt like they turned on me, that the students knew what was best, and I was useless. You know, when I was starting out, I would never let anything interfere with my own voice. That's all that mattered. How do we contend with this? And I don't just mean AI as plagiarism. I mean how students are abandoning themselves. You'll be okay, Louise. But Russ and I, we still have a ways to go before retirement, and we have to contend with this new reality while you can just sit back and imagine the world as it was.
You know, I read the other day that they're using AI to have conversations with whales. Whales, I know. I just keep wondering if they can talk to whales, what are they going to try and tell them what to do? I think it's frightening.
Well, I'm still the chair of this department, and I'm not going to go down without a fight, and neither are you two. I think that most of the majors we teach find themselves on the right side of this challenge. They have enough taste, good sense, and hubris to think that no machine or other human for that matter is a better writer than they. But in the meantime, we need to nip this in the bud.
I'm listening. But in what way, Louise?
We will develop a new policy. And mind you, I don't care what the faculty senate or the administration say, since they will be, as usual, light years behind us. The compromise policy will briefly outline the dangers of AI to our students and then forbid them to use AI software on any written work without the instructor's permission.
You said compromise policy. Is there a no compromise policy?
That, my dear colleague, is the one I will be using before I shuffle off this institution and pity you who remain.
Pray tell.
First, any student using any AI software for any purpose related to my class will receive an immediate F for the tainted work. And if that doesn't work, I will no longer be assigning anything that cannot be completed during class time. See how they like them apples.
Oh, Louise, that's horrible. If I could go anywhere else to teach, I would. But this infection is spreading like wildfire. And it can't just be individual teachers who decide what to do. That will never work.
I can't believe she did that to me. What a bitch. I should have known. Some teachers are so unfair.
Okay, come on, Trev. Like, you know you got yourself into this situation by trying to avoid doing this time in the first place. I mean, I could kick myself for thinking that she wouldn't find out. I mean, those paragraphs were garbage. The only difference is that I realized I had to do something about my garbage while your garbage was being read out loud. But I'm not using AI again.
Well, I'm going to. You can't stop progress, Lee. I mean, obviously, it's got some bugs in there right now, but pretty soon, everything we write, well, we won't be writing it. Besides, I hate this class and all you prissy wannabe writers. I don't know about you, but I learned 2 things today. I learned that if I just do a little bit of editing, I can easily have a short story in minutes. I also learned that no matter what the ivory towers moan about, or how much they wring their hands, the future is AI.
You can keep your robot future and your F, by the way. I'll stick to the human team. Thank you very much.
So the last play of the first act is The Image of Loss. And after this, we'll have a short intermission, come back for the 4 one-acts. The tagline for The Image of Loss is, when markets fail, image is everything.
Holy mother of baby Jesus!
Yep.
That can't be right.
Afraid it is.
These are COVID numbers.
No virus this time. No, Congress passes an ill-conceived budget. Well, then this.
Jesus Christ, this is a frickin' massacre. We just started.
The day's still young.
Well, guess I'm glad I cleared up my funds to buy that house last week.
Well, lucky you. Hey,
Hey,
I think you got it.
you're the trader, I'm the press, let's just both let's do our job.
You know, I'm pretty sure this classifies as harassment.
I got my pass, fair and square.
Look, this is really distracting for me. Can you please?
Okay, fine. I'll, stop.
Thank you.
Wow. A lot of money being lost up there.
Yeah, a lot of money. Do you have money in the stock market?
When I was 19, I took a trip to Atlantic City. I lost $100 playing blackjack, and I thought to myself, nope. I never want to feel that again, so it's SBIC back savings accounts for me.
Lovely.
Must be awful.
You know, it's pretty obvious what you're up to.
I'm not up to anything.
You're trying to get a picture of me looking sad so you can put it all over your front page.
That's ridiculous. We're digital only paper.
Yeah. Sorry, bucko. I ain't gonna be the face of a broken economy. I'm gonna grin, and I'm gonna bear it all through it. You're gonna have to find some other schlub to look sad. I'm here to trade. I've walked these floors since the 80s. And there wasn't an internet. And this used to mean something.
So you admit, this means nothing and you're just here for show to...
Get out! Oh, Dan, you have no idea what she just did to you.
What are you guys up to?
This is not the one I wanted.
Yeah, well, you're gonna find out what she's up to tonight.
Actually, I don't think he is.
Is that a challenge?
Is it?
It is. Oh, there's a lovely number. Going down.
Too late. I got it. Oh, mother frickers, out of focus. Well, you did do it.
Do what?
That look.
What? Look, really? A look? I've seen so many here look so sad, and you keep circling me. Why?
You really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know.
Our paper's downsizing, especially now, and I'm on the chopping block, but you can save me.
Why me?
You have an aura to you.
Aura?
Yeah, just when you get that sad look, you have this old, weathered look of despair. like some poor refugee's family's been slaughtered, and it's all your fault, and you're so miserably low that you can't even kill yourself because that'd be too good for you. That's the look you gave.
That's how I look.
Well, granted, now you look like you want to kill me.
Something like that.
You can see how it would make a great picture.
Well, too bad. You're not going to get that look out of me. Dan.
Hey, something happened. My dog Rex, he got out of the yard and he got run over.
Well, that's horrible. I'm so sorry.
He was a little puppy, a little collie dog, and now he's dead.
That's so sad.
Why are you smiling?
You're the photographer.
Well, screw the photographer! My dog is dead! Actually, I don't have a dog. Sorry.
I have no idea why he gave you that.
Good God. I knew Dan was a cheap bastard, but to kill his imaginary dog for $20? What are we coming to? You want it?
It's not mine.
Oh, well then. Here is looking at you. I thought so.
Just for the record, I don't carry much money and I was going to Venmo him extra if it worked.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, look, I'll make you a deal.
Right.
You show me the pictures you do have, and maybe I'll consider posing for you, so you can leave me alone. Oh yeah, there I am. God, my smile looks fake. Good God, Dan looks like he's gonna die. And those guys there too. Ah, screw you. You've got dozens of sad stockbroker pictures. You don't need me.
They're not going to use mine. They never use mine. They always use Nick's.
Nick, huh?
Yeah, it's Nepo hire. If they're gonna use my photo, it has to be so good.
Okay. I see what you're doing. You tried it once on Dan. I'm not falling for it.
No, look, I'm serious. Look, I'll put aside my camera.
it's just so frustrating with all these layoffs coming up, and it's just, you know, doing news in this city is murder.
Yeah, well, in a few minutes the market will close. You know, maybe you can find someone else for your golden shot.
I doubt it. Ugh, I am just not made for this city.
Yeah, chews you up and spits you up. Jesus Christ, it's a massacre.
Isn't it fun how I haven't spent a penny on stocks and it's still screwing me?
It's our connected world. Okay, I'm going to close up now. You know, good luck with your Nepo rival. And I hope you don't get laid off. Actually, I wouldn't mind if you did.
Casablanca.
You know your black and white movies.
Oh, my friends and I, we made a joke of it. We'd say, I'm shocked about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I watch that movie every year.
Great movie.
Best movie.
Yeah, what's that line I love so well? Of all the bar joints and
No. Of all the gin joints, in all the towns, in all the world, she walks into mine. Oh, you.
Okay, folks, seats everyone, please. We're back. If I can have everyone in their seats, that'd be great. Okay, so we have 4 one-acts, and time is kind of important. They close the gates at a certain time. So what happens here is we finish the 4 one-acts, and then we very gently urge you all out. You can see your friends and relatives another time. We have a cast announcement after the show, and then we're all going to go get a drink. So you can see them another time, okay? But we don't want to be locked in. We're just funny that way. Okay, so this first one up is also by Stephen Amspoker. It's called The Winner. And the tagline they wrote is, $1.6 billion is more than enough to show us who we really are.
$1.6 billion. Yeah, right. Well, winning ticket was sold just from a convenience store right by my house. That's something. Yeah, well, you know, I don't waste money on lottery tickets, so you know, that's not going to get me any closer to winning. Unless... nothing, never mind. All right, feel better, son. Give him kisses for me. All right, bye.
She's good.
Okay, I gotta ask.
Later, busy, sorry.
Oh, come on, we haven't talked in ages. We gotta talk about updating the lease.
Can't the lease thing just wait?
Well, at least tell me what's up with these packages. I mean, you don't open them, they just pile up and then they just disappear. So what's up with that?
Okay, they're robots.
Robots like toy?
A bit more on the hobbier side, but yeah.
You like robots?
No. And before you ask if you need one for your grandkids, just take one. They're all the same.
So you just buy a bunch of robots for what? Shits and giggles?
It's a long story.
You're busy.
Yeah, actually, kind of.
Oh, you can't leave me like that.
Okay. So, this owner of a company, he's kind of a crypto bro. Well, not exactly, except he accepts crypto as payment.
I thought crypto was dead.
Yeah, well, every 5 years or so, somebody's like, oh, crypto's dead. And yeah, it is kind of volatile, but that is the point. Okay, so I buy the robots with my crypto. If the crypto loses, then I sell the robots on eBay at maybe a few bucks loss. But if the crypto spikes, I return the robots, exchange the crypto, and sell the crypto for a profit.
God, I knew you were a scammer. That's what you do all day, where my rent comes from? Just sitting in your room running crypto scams?
What's it to you? It's money. Fair and square.
It's unethical.
Well, you don't gotta worry about that anymore.
Because? Oh, don't bother. I know you're not gonna tell me. Hey! Hey, wait! House meeting.
Yeah, no.
Come on, this is my house. I call house meeting.
I read the rental agreement, and it didn't say shit about house meetings. Oh, and by the way, I was going to hold off telling you, but something's come up. So this is going to be the last month that I will be letting a room from your house. So we don't gotta talk the lease anymore.
Hey! You hear about the $1.6 billion lottery ticket? Someone won! A winning ticket was sold from a store just by my house down the street. Crazy, huh? Come on, Piper, I know you can hear me. These walls are paper.
What? I've got my headphones on.
Winning ticket came from a store just nearby.
Lucky her.
How'd you know it was a she?
I don't know, I'm a feminist.
You buy any tickets?
No.
Oh, Piper, I saw you bring a stack of them home last Sunday. House meeting.
Fine. Check them. None of those are the winning numbers.
Look, Piper, you are a lot of things, but you are not dumb enough to just keep a winning lotto ticket and let it sit or go on the floor. You know, you've been off ever since those winning numbers were announced. You won it, didn't you?
No.
You're lying.
No.
I can call local news.
Okay, fine. I didn't win, but... Fine, okay.
Well?
I won it.
Where'd you hide it?
Well, I've got this little safe in the back of my closet. The password is FUCKOFF.
Okay. Lump sum or annuity?
Lump sum.
Well, you know, you're young enough that maybe the annuity isn't so bad. I mean, for you, I mean.
What?
Well, you know, just a little bit each year. It makes it a little bit more manageable, you know?
You think I can't handle money?
I'm just saying.
Have I ever been late on rent? Ever?
Well, I'm just saying something Icarus son.
Okay, I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to assume that it's an insult.
Well, I cannot believe that you won.
Somebody had to.
Where are you thinking about going? Doing?
Well, I've always wanted to go down to Bermuda. White sands. Mai Tais every day.
Sure, that'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Piper, could you do me a favor?
There it is.
Look, I know we haven't got
along on the best of terms, but this is about my son.
What about him?
Well, you know, he's a plumber, you know, and his truck was just totaled in a hit and run. And not only is he unable to work, but now he's facing tens of thousands of dollars in medical debt.
Sounds pretty bad.
Look, we're talking about pennies that compared to what you're going to get. Can't you just please, he really needs this help.
I was going to donate the extra money to charity.
Oh, really? Really? So you expect me to believe that a whore who runs Spencer Days running crypto scams is going to donate to charity?
Fuck you.
Do you know how much you're getting?
You don't think I know a con story when I hear one? You come into my house?
Oh, so you are doing cons. Oh, Lord, why are the wicked rewarded?
Even if I believed you, he's not my responsibility. He's your son, not mine.
It's nothing. I'm asking for nothing. The money you're going to get, come on the fuck on. Just help me, please. He needs this.
Asking. You're acting like you deserve.
Oh, come on. You gotta admit it's not fair. It's just not fair. I'm not saying I deserve it.
Oh, yes, you are, miss. Oh, I'm entitled to a little bit of money from some girl who lets a room out of my house. I want it fair and square. You want to know what the first thing I thought of when I want it? You're not my friend. You're not my family. And I thought, oh, thank baby Jesus, I don't have to live with this hag breathing down my neck anymore.
Well, fuck you! And you want to know what else? Listen, you want to know? The bathroom is fucking disgusting! You hear me? Fucking disgusting! Did your mother never teach you to clean out a bathroom? I bet you're going to be able to pay a bunch of poor maids down in Bermuda. Oh, God damn it, I hope the triangle vanishes you. And Piper! Piper, what kind of a name is Piper? And you know what else? Don't you think I don't know about those men you bring home all the time? Mark my words, someday one of them's going to murder you and then I'm just going to laugh.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I just ordered an Uber to take me to a hotel, and tomorrow you can expect some nice moving men to clear out every trace that I've ever lived in this godforsaken hellhole. I wish I could say that it's been nice, but it hasn't. Thanks for giving me your place to stay. Oh, and before you think of it, I took photos of my place before. So, if you think of trying anything, I will sue you to kingdom come for the sheer spite of it.
So you just had your bags packed and ready, just like that?
I'm not stupid.
Oh, you are not that.
Right then. I've got Raj on his way. And I'm gonna give him a big, fat, great tip.
Well, I'll say this. I'm certainly glad that you can last afford a car now.
Yep. You know, your son, he helped me move the couch in when I moved in. That was him, right?
Maybe I should have started with that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. How much?
What?
How much do you need?
Well, he's got $23,000 in medical debt, and then he's facing $40,000 in lost income.
$60,000 $63,000. You know what?
What?
I'll do it. If you apologize and beg.
Beg?
Yeah. Get on your hands and knees, apologize and beg, and maybe I'll do it.
Please. I am sorry. I'm sorry I called you all those things. But this isn't about me. This is about my son and his family. So please, I am begging you for this help.
Oh no.
Lick my man feet.
What?
One of those douches that I slept with once told me I have man feet. Lick my man feet and I will give you the money.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. No. No, no. Ha! Oh, that was so much more satisfying in my head. This is gonna turn me into a monster, isn't it?
Look, I don't want your money. So, my son is my responsibility. It's my job to make him whole. I'll take out a loan and I'll go back to work, so just forget it.
Really don't deserve it. I'm gonna end up bankrupt before the end of it all.
Oh, I don't think you'll go bankrupt.
Look, in case you change your mind, obviously, I need to turn the ticket in, but the money will be there. Thank you. Bye.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So this next play is also by Stephen Anstoker, A Crazy Idea. Two old men discover grief can lead to things they never considered.
So, I got this crazy idea.
Oh, I like crazy ideas.
You know how it is, grief?
Yeah, grief lives next door to me. Asshole, ruins your day.
Cooks fish in the microwave.
Ah, fucking asshole. How are you holding up?
I'm fine. Well, actually, I got this really nasty message on Facebook from Anna's long-lost sister. How dare you not tell me about Anna's funeral, and blah, blah, blah. Anna didn't even know where she was. And for the record, I tried. I scoured all of social media and Facebook. I announced the time of the funeral and the date. And I even contacted a lot of Anna's friends. And I got nothing. And then she turns around and opens up a Facebook page to call me an asshole.
Kidding me. Shit.
But you know, that's not really what this is about.
Yeah, what,
You know, I don't know if I ever told you this, but Anna, she's the one who asked me out. And I've always been surprised why such a wonderful woman would ask me, but you know, having said that, I've never asked a woman out. I start to, I try, but I just can't. I can't do it.
it's okay, man. It's okay, man. Take it slowly. No need to rush.
I think at our age, we need to rush. But you know, I feel bad because I just buried her, and I still have these feelings of desire. And at first I thought it was just a joke, but then I opened Pandora's box. I can't close it. And we didn't have any children, so I've got all this money and nothing to spend.
Oh, money is nice.
So I was kind of thinking about hiring a lady.
But, Torsten, are you telling me that you're going to hire a prostitute?
Yeah.
How dare you debase yourself? Just kidding. You know, this is the best idea I've heard in a long time. Let's find you a hooker. Between you and me, things got rough with Emily and me. Okay? I said, what can I do? So I thought about it. And boy, howdy. Those working girls, they got a lot out of me. You got nothing preventing you from staying here, neither for me, so, you know, you could.
Okay. So, what do we do here?
You know, there are still, where the West is wild, still wild, there are still places there. In Nevada, certain places, it's illegal.
Legal?
Yes, 100%. They even have websites. Let me see if she's still there. There she is. What do you think of her? Whatever it's worth. I can vouch for her 100%.
She's so young. You with her?
Smart, classy, sexy, and the best damn legs I've ever laid my hands on. 3 times.
I don't know. What do you just whip out your phone and get something illegal? I'm too old to do anything illegal. Can I see that website? So, how do these places work?
They're not cheap. But prices are negotiable. You can maybe, you know, get them to knock off about 20% if you ask nicely. Or if you call them and want somebody particular, remember, don't play the old walkout tactic, they won't like it. But you can also just go there, ask for a lineup, and pick one just right then and there.
Well, like a piece of meat?
No, man, they're consenting women. Independent contractors with STD checks. And the sheriff's department checking on them to see they're not trafficking. You're not going to eat them. No. I mean, you're not devouring them. They're there to offer you a service. And if they don't want to offer you the service, they don't offer you the service.
I don't know, but, you know, to walk in someplace like that and an old pervert like me, it just sounds icky.
Oh, something there that catches your eye?
Yeah, she looks just like Anna.
Oh.
Although I doubt Anna ever wear it.
Yeah, come on. But look at her, 41 years old. That's what it is, man. They're there to serve somebody more mature.
Yeah, but she could still be my daughter.
Oh, come on. You know what's best for you.
Yeah. Let's just play.
Okay.
Do they accept emails?
Sure do. Quite to open.
I'm gonna send her a message.
Okay.
Dear Bella, I am a 71-year-old gentleman. How about man? Just man?
Probably.
Man. I was wondering if you catered to clients such as me. And then what? You remind me of my dead wife, and I'm aching for intimacy, and I want to be held, and I'm away in a steamy mess.
Oh, that is implied. Why don't you make it simple? Just say, I think you're very pretty, and I want to spend time with you. You see, women in this industry enjoy being desired.
Okay. Sincerely, Mike.
You gonna send it?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. It's just a message. What do you got to lose?
Okay. I sent it. Let's play chess.
Check. Shit. Draw?
Yeah, might as well. Oh my God, she wrote me back.
What did you say?
I don't know, you read it.
Hello, Mike. Thank you very kindly for reaching out. I'm happy to serve anyone, regardless of age. I've frequently worked with clients such as yourself. Feel free to call our office to make an appointment, or if you want to arrange a time with me, I would be happy to pass it on. I can't wait to meet you! Exclamation mark. Oh, you tiger. You got an exclamation mark. Sincerely yours, Bella.
I don't know. I can't do this. I don't even know if I could make the drive down.
Oh, I'll drive you, man. We'll make a road trip. What have we got to lose at our age?
Not a lot.
All right?
All right.
Our next play is called Traveling Companion, and it's by Sarah Fenstermaker. And the tagline for this is, a woman on a train befriends someone very familiar. But is he?
Hi, sweetheart. How are you? Yes, I'm actually on the train. I'm excited for my retirement adventure out west. You know, I've spent so little time on trains in my life. They still feel, exotic or romantic. I remember going with your grandparents to Boston when I was just a little girl, and then much, much later in Europe. And that's it. I did have a bit of a scare, though. No, it's all fine now, but They misprinted my ticket, and they had me going to Nevada. I know, Las Vegas. I would have had to learn how to gamble. But it did make me, even though it's all fixed and everything, it did make me wonder if I shouldn't have had you come along, but everything's fine now. Not to worry. Yes, I do remember what happened to your great-grandmother on the train. I've been thinking about that. You know, I heard that story all my life, and I loved it. I only wish I were that lucky. And I always hoped it was true. Oh, I think we're ready to go, sweetheart. I'll call you later. Okay, love you. Bye-bye. Oh, hello. You startled me. You must have drifted off.
Oh, I'm sorry to disturb you, madam. I was just noticing your magazine, The New Yorker. Did you grow up in New York?
No, I'm from the Midwest. But my mother grew up in New York City. My grandmother was a telephone operator.
Ah, I so fondly remember the old days of New York. So exciting. So many opportunities. What did your grandfather do?
Well, he was a vaudevillian and a silent screen actor. He never made it to the talkies, though, I think because of his Norwegian accent. I never met him, but they say he was very handsome and quite a good actor.
Ah, it's fascinating. I wish I could have met him on some circuit or other.
Oh, were you an actor too?
I was a magician. I toured in many, many cities, here and abroad. Oh, I saw them all.
Oh my, so exciting. Did you ever hear of Harry Houdini?
Yes, I've heard of him. Well, as has everyone. The handcuffed king, a remarkable talent. He was accomplished in all forms of legerdemain, escape, necromancy. Oh, he did it all.
Legerdemain and necromancy, I don't think I know those words.
No? Well, legerdemain, it comes from the French léger de main, light of hand, and the English legerdemain. It's the use of one's hands when performing various sorts of illusions or conjuring tricks. Necromancy is communication with the departed.
Oh, the dead, really?
Yes. So many of us miss our loved ones so much, whether we lost them or we were lost to them. Oh, we miss them terribly. But alas, as much as we magicians, especially Houdini, search, all we find is fraud. Houdini was very devoted to finding the truth about spiritualism. But he never found anything authentic. And by revealing frauds, he made a lot of enemies. Did you ever hear about the needle trick? No? Well, it was quite grisly, but a fascinating trick. Houdini would swallow dozens of needles and then, well, regurgitate them. And the needles would all be threaded. It was brilliant. But I always found the most amazing to be his so-called challenge acts, especially the one where he escapes from a filled metal milk container. The milk can is filled with water, Houdini handcuffed in a straitjacket and sealed in the container. Yes, our fraternity had much to learn from Harry Houdini.
Well, of course I never saw him perform, but the story they tell in my family is when he met my grandmother on a train in 1919. They talked a long time. He was very charming and kind to her, a pregnant woman traveling alone from New York to California to give birth to my mother. They talked a long, long time because, of course, the train trip was long, and my great-grandmother lived in Long Beach, California. And the other part of the story that I just had trouble remembering is that when her brother, my great-uncle Raymond, put her on the train, he gave her a pistol to protect herself, and she told us that when the train left the station, she threw the gun out of the window.
Well, it was the Wild West after all. Remarkable. Now, what else do you recall about your grandmother's experience?
Well, the two of them talked a lot about spiritualism, apparently. Houdini was determined to find a spiritualist who could help his wife communicate with him after he had died.
Yes, sadly, after he died in 1926, I heard he never found a portal to communicate with his wife, Bess.
Of course, we can't know, but I like to think they've been reunited.
Oh, yes, of course. You know, to be frank, I'm a little surprised at the detail that you can recall about your grandmother's experience. After all, it was so long ago, and with all due respect, a chance meeting on a train.
Oh, I don't know. I think there are a great many families who have stories about encounters with famous people, especially people who've achieved some sort of greatness. Stories they can tell and retell. I think the stories must ground the family to a larger history and give them something notable that they can claim. My daughter had a boyfriend named Edison, named that simply because his grandfather got in a conversation on a train with Thomas Edison. In the end, I don't know if it matters that the stories are true or told truly, but I'll tell you, I think of Houdini as part of our family. It's silly, I know.
Dear lady, do you believe that your grandmother befriended Houdini on a train over 100 years ago?
Yes, I do.
I do too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I failed to introduce myself after all this time. My name is Lila.
Well, I apologize too. I was born Eric Vase in Hungary, and my nickname was Airy. And when we moved to America, it became Harry. I'm so glad to meet you. You can just call me Eric.
Or perhaps Harry?
As you wish.
Hi, sweetheart. Mom. Something strange and wonderful has happened. No, everything's okay. You're not going to believe this, and to tell you the truth, it feels like a dream, but it was real. It was so real. It was more than real. A man sat down next to me on the train. No, it was nothing like that. Don't be ridiculous. No, he was very much like, he seemed to be, oh, you're not going to believe me. And that'd break the spell, if it is a spell. Yes, I'm still here. I so want to believe this is true, because then there'll be so much more to believe. I'll have to explain it all to you another time. Right now, I'm just so tired. I just need to rest. No, I don't want you to fly out. No, I'm fine. I promise, I'll be careful. I love you. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, ma'am. Was anyone sitting here?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Final one act this evening is Where is Rodney? And that's by Lisa Marciano. Rodney has disappeared, dinner is burnt, and all hell breaks loose.
Rodney was burnt.
I'm home. Hello? Howard? Laura? Rodney?
Hello, Mrs. Lenny. No one is home at the present time.
Oh, well then you can call me Christine. And I am so glad that at least you're here to welcome me home. Are you getting enough sleep, Rodney? Are we keeping you up too late?
We?
I mean the family.
Yes. No, I mean, I'm just quite tired today.
Well, you know, you can rest after you make dinner. And where is everybody?
Mr. Lenny is shopping.
Again? Damn that man.
And Miss Laura's attending one of her meetings.
Oh, not another one of those let's treat everyone fairly meetings. Oh, God, she is so naive.
Oh, she's not.
Excuse me?
I mean, I meant to say she's very passionate about her meetings.
Oh, well, is she at least coming home for dinner?
I was not informed.
And where did Howard go shopping?
Once again, I was not informed.
Did you ever discuss anything with them?
Well, I was preparing dinner, Mrs. Lenny.
Oh, yes, of course, Rodney. I don't know what I would do without you if you weren't here to cook dinner every night.
Yes, Mrs. Lenny.
Christine, you know, having you here to cook is such an extravagance and the only luxury I've got in my rotten life. I love you. I mean, I love your cooking.
My pleasure, Mrs. Lenny. May I return to the kitchen?
Oh, of course, Rodney. Yes. Oh, Rodney, could you help Mr. Lenny open the door?
What did you buy this time, Howard?
I think I broke my wrist.
Rodney, please check his wrist.
I was preparing dinner, Mrs. Lenny. I believe he's unlikely to die, I'm happy to say. My dinner may burn.
Go. Get up, Howard.
How can I get up with a broken wrist?
It's not broken. I am so tired of all your whining.
How do you know it's not broken? You wouldn't even take a look at it.
Rodney!
Yes, Mrs. Lenny.
Let me take a look at you.
Mrs. Lenny?
What are you doing?
Turn. What are you wearing?
It's fine.
What do you mean it's fine?
Oh, leave him
What are
alone.
you wearing?
Leave him alone. He told me that the dry cleaners was closed today and he'd pick up his uniforms tomorrow.
Oh, he told you that, huh? Rodney?
Ignore her, Rodney. She's insane.
Don't listen to him, Rodney. I don't.
And she never has.
Because he's insane. Oh, I just can no longer run the business because I am so stressed. And now I'm working 60-hour weeks.
And now you're boring me.
Mrs. Lenny, I beg your pardon, but Mr. Lenny has been...
Mr. Lenny has been what?
Oh, he knows. He knows I'm your #1 fan.
Oh.
Why did you command Rodney to twirl for you?
I did not command him.
Yes, you did.
Oh, well, you know, to every season, turn. How is your broken whatever it is?
It's a wrist and I need aspirin.
Rodney, could you please bring Mr. Lenny some aspirin? He's in pain. I mean, he's in pain.
Your aspirin, Mr. Lenny.
Thank you, Rodney. At least you care.
Of course I do, Howard. I mean, Mr. Lenny.
Rodney, dinner?
I'm going to go take a bath.
Oh, Howard, baths are so disgusting. Rodney!
Yes, Mrs. Lenny.
Rodney, aren't baths absolutely disgusting?
I love taking baths, Mrs. Lenny.
Well, I forbid you to take baths, Rodney.
Yes, Mrs. Lenny. Anything else?
No, you can go.
Wait a minute, you forbade him? You don't own him, you know. Now I'm going to go take a bath. You're going to try and stop me? And by the way, where's Laura?
How am I supposed to know?
Let me see. You're her mother?
Sometimes I wonder why I ever adopted that girl. I mean, but you're her stepfather. But, by the way, Howard, while you're on mental leave and I'm trying to save the business, could you just be a little bit more helpful around the house like Rodney?
I think you've got a crush on him.
Oh, please, Howard. Oh, and do tell me when you're coming back to the office and can take my place.
I can't right now. Doctor's orders.
Oh, Dr. Spock? And why don't you know where Laura is?
I was busy.
Busy? Have you looked at our finances lately? I mean, with your shopping, you're going to shop us right into a middle-class neighborhood.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, don't you shut up me.
Yeah, you're right. Shut you up would be impossible. Now I'm going to go take my bath.
Hi, Mom.
You're late.
I had another workers' justice meeting.
Oh, Laura, why can't you do something useful?
Useful? We help people what you would consider a low labor position get enough money to live on, get health insurance, and unlike Rodney, have 2 days off per week.
Of course, honey.
Oh, you wouldn't understand. What's Rodney making for dinner? It smells.
I don't know. Rodney! Rodney!
He's really talented in so many ways, you know.
As a matter of fact, I do know. Rodney! He said he was tired when I came home today.
Rodney!
Rodney! He's not in here.
You said he was tired. Maybe he's just taking a rest.
And leave food on the stove? It smells like something's burning.
Do I smell something burning? and did I hear Laura come in?
He's gone! He's gone!
Who's gone?
Rodney's not in the kitchen.
Wait
you probably drove him away. How many times a day do you have to yell, Rodney, Rodney? He's probably just taking a break.
He left food on the stove. Dinner's a mess.
He just left? He must be here somewhere. Rodney wouldn't leave, would he?
Well, you'd think he'd be loyal to me. I mean, our family. Maybe he is just the hired help.
Oh, stop it. He can't be gone. He's the only good thing in my life.
Calling him the hired help. He is a person, a man.
I know that very well, but he's disappeared, and now there's no dinner and no...
No, we have to find him. He wouldn't leave me.
What?
Us. He wouldn't leave us.
Rodney, where are you? Rodney!
Oh, go take your bath. We'll find him.
Oh no, I'm the man of this house and I will find him. I don't see him in any of the security cameras.
Oh, you two, just stop it. We have to find him, and the longer you stand here and fight, the further away he's getting. Quick, Mom, call the police.
Oh, I'm not going to call the police. They're going to think we don't know how to manage our health.
Well, apparently you don't. Now call the police and tell them we have a missing person report. Say his name is Rodney. Rodney is missing. Not Rodney, my slave is missing.
How dare you?
You double check his room. I'll check the other end of the house just in case. Mom, call the police.
Hello. Yes, this is Christine Lenny at 119 Fallbrook Lane. Rodney is missing and dinner is burnt. He's wearing a San Francisco Giants shirt. Oh, never mind.
Well, he's not here.
Oh, you couldn't find him. Even if it stung you.
I know when you do.
What are you doing? Stop it.
Well, did you find him? Is he okay?
Did you find him or did you kill him for leaving us?
Mom.
Oh, I called the police and they were no help. Did you notice that Rodney was wearing a Giants shirt? I didn't know he liked the Giants.
I don't think you know Rodney at all.
Neither of you do.
Oh, really? Well, I know he likes to read. He likes to read to relax.
He hates to read. He likes to play cards and drink martinis.
What? He hates to drink. And he meditates to relax. He likes to go to museums on his day off. He went to the Museum of Art last month.
You what? You never told me that. What an odd way to spend his day off.
Again, if you gave him 2 days off per week, he could do something else.
Whatever.
I'm going to go double check the garden. He can't leave. He's the only person in this house that understands me.
Me too. Did you mean whatever to giving Rodney more than 1 day off?
He's fine with 1 day off.
A month? Have you asked him?
He has never complained to me about anything.
Well, he's complained to me. You're so disrespectful to him.
How dare you? I treat Rodney better than I treat I treat Rodney with nothing but kindness. Rodney! You found him where? And what is he wearing?
Well, he was in the garage, and I have no idea where he got this outfit, and I don't really want to know why he's wearing it right now.
Why aren't you in the kitchen? You let dinner burn.
Oh, stop it. Wait a minute. Why are you wearing Laura's robe?
That's not my robe.
What happened, Rodney? Did you spill food on your clothes? You know, see, that's why we wear a uniform.
Did you spill something hot? Did you get burned?
Dinner is?
Mom, he needs to be taken to a hospital.
Rodney, do you need medical attention?
Wait a minute. I fall down and break my wrist, and you don't seem to care? And now he gets a splash of food on him, and you're going to call 911?
I need him.
We do.
Rodney, you just give me this jersey and I'll get it taken to the dry cleaners for you.
Rodney takes the dry cleaning to the dry cleaners. Besides, it's my jersey. I'll take it.
But why was he wearing your jersey?
Are those your slippers?
Whose robe are you wearing, Rodney? That cannot be your robe.
Maybe it is. Leave him alone.
Oh, he's been through enough today.
Oh, come here, Rodney. Let me see your bird.
No. Come here, Rodney. Let me see your bird.
No. Come here, Rodney. Wait a minute. Wait. Christine, those are your slippers.
Well, so what? I let him borrow them the other day to protect his feet when he dropped a glass in the kitchen.
You were barefoot in the kitchen?
He's not pregnant, Howard. Where did you get that robe, Rodney?
Hey, why are you shaking your head at him? Rodney, what aren't you supposed to say to us?
Don't you dare, Rodney.
What doesn't he dare?
Rodney, tell me this instant.
I had to leave. I was reaching the rope of my end.
I think you mean the end of your rope, Rodney. And me too.
How do you think I feel?
I was exhausted. I had to meditate.
See, he meditates. But in the garage?
In that outfit?
It's my meditation uniform. I found enlightenment during my meditation.
I told you, you'd find your peace.
I cannot live like this anymore. I now know what I must do.
Fix dinner?
Leave him alone.
Please, forgive me, my sexy Christine. And I am so sorry, my Laura. So sensual.
Rodney, what's going on here?
That's what I'd like to know.
This is my robe, my special robe. My Howard gave it to me.
No, I didn't. Why would I give him a robe like that?
Right, why would you?
I'm sorry, Howard, my little slinky.
What did you just call him?
Now I must go clean the kitchen and make a new dinner. Bye.
My little slinky? Are you and Rodney?
My sexy Christine?
My Laura?
So sensual? Has he been...
Making dinner, so to speak?
With all of us? Oh.
My...
God.
Can I see one of you in the kitchen alone?
I'll go.
I'll go. You know what? It's all your fault. I'm divorcing you.
No, I'm divorcing you.
Finally, would you two just shut up? Rodney, you're mine.
No, Rodney, you're mine.
Oh, Rodney. Now who's going to cook dinner?
Closing night, and I just want to introduce the writers for tonight. We have Lisa Marciano, Stephen Ansoker, Sarah Finstermaker, and Phil Levitt. Now, a little surprise here. I'd like the following actors to take a step forward. Bill. Step forward. Edie. Josh. Kurt, where are you? These folks, first time acting in this production. Our spring semester starts on the 23rd of January here and 25th of January at Schott. So, if you have that urge to act, or you know someone who has that urge to act, invite them to look up in the SBCC catalog, Acting for Older Adults. Don't let that title fool you. We accept people of all ages and all experience backgrounds. So if you're interested and you have that urge to act, come join us. Now, it's actually a free class because it's state funded. And we like to keep our shows free as well, so we get as many people to enjoy the theater as we can. Now we're going to do a production in the spring, though, that is going to have certain expenses that the state will not cover. Things like a stage manager and a costumer and a props and prop master and things like that. So yeah, this is where I'm going to invite you to hang on to your program, look in the program. It has details on how to make a tax tax-deductible donation to Theatre Eclectic. However, if you would rather just get that over with now, turns out I have this magic hat here, and if you just want to drop a couple of bucks in it towards our expenses, we'd very much appreciate it. Thank you. Our actors need to strike. We have to get all the chairs put away. If you want to help, please do. If you don't, that's fine too. And then you can have actors back. No, you can't, because we have a cast party we got to run off to. So, my last few words, a couple of important words. Phil, our teacher, our director, our guide, and our friend. You know, he's the driving force behind Theatre Eclectic. He ensured that we all get a chance to learn, collaborate, and experience acting. And rather than retire 6 years ago, he continued to teach classes like this, to teach folks like us and encourage us to challenge ourselves. Thank you, Phil. Thank you.